my friends. Hello. Welcome to my YouTube channel where I don't post on ever. I told myself that I want to sit down and make more talking videos where I just speak and talk because I realized I have free will and I can just talk to a camera and I can just click the upload button. I wanted to make a video talking about the impact that going to the gym has had on my overall life, longevity, everything that's happening in my life. And I also just want to talk about how grateful I am for, 2 years ago me who just randomly one day decided to go to the gym. Thank you, 2 years ago me. So the title of this video is How the Gym Changed My Life. And I made some little talking points on here on my little iPad. I'm gonna just go off these notes and sort of talk about my own little experience with going to the gym and how freaking awesome it is. And let's get started. Let me write this down. Number 1. Why I started going to the gym. The reason I started going to the gym was actually a very stupid reason. The reason I started going was because I kept seeing people making flexing videos online to like funk music. And I made a video being like, me when people want to go to the gym for this reason, but I low-key just want to flex to funk music. I want to go to the gym for aesthetics. I want to go to the gym so I can feel healthy. I want to go to the gym because I want to pose in front of my camera, meanwhile listen to that goofy funk music. But if you're not ripped, you look absolutely stupid doing it. Not only that, I also just wanted to look like a JoJo's character. I kind of did it in for vain reasons at first. I get asked a lot of the time by people close to me, like, how do you start going? Like, oh my god, what do you do? Like, what do you do? How do you even gym? I'll just explain sort of how I started off and what I did in order to get into it. So when I first started going, I went to my apartment gym. All I would do was walk on the treadmill. I was so terrified of even touching a weight because I just didn't understand what weightlifting even was. I was so undereducated, bro. Oh my god. Just dumb, bro. I didn't even know that I was supposed to eat protein. I didn't even know what I was doing. My diet, which we'll get into, consisted of eating Takis and mac and cheese every freaking day of my life and weird shit. I ate the weirdest food, I'm not gonna lie. What the hell am I eating, bro? Just laboratory ass meals every single day. We just literally go and walk on my treadmill in my apartment. And then had a very small amount of machines in the apartment as well. A few weeks later, after walking on the treadmill, there I was trying to do the freaking chest press machine for the first time and I couldn't lift for shit. Then another 2 weeks go by and suddenly I'm lifting heavier and I'm starting to see muscle growth. It's that newbie, what is it called? The newbie gains, yeah, I was getting that noob muscle growth and I was like, oh my gosh. And then here's some photos I was taking. I was like, hey, look at me. I'm getting a little jacked. What the frick is going on? At this point, I wasn't fully thinking about my nutrition. I wasn't fully thinking about a lifestyle change. I wasn't fully thinking about really anything. I was just ooh, fun. Yeah, that's sort of how I started off, was just going to a small gym before I bought my membership to an actual gym. So one of my friends actually was going to Planet Fitness and had a membership there, and I think I got the free day pass. I just went and worked out and then it just kind of convinced me to get my own pass. And that's what I did. I went from apartment gym to actual gym. And a lot of people are intimidated by the gym. Really, it's just it's literally the playground. Bro, just play. That's sort of how I started off. And then I would eat very weird protein products as I was starting out because I was then informed, oh, I need to eat protein. So I would buy the really bad for you protein, whatever the fuck concoction drinks, and I would just be sipping on that shit all the time. And then also had a plethora of dairy in my diet, which I no longer eat dairy, which doesn't really matter. My diet starting off was low-key buns. But another reason why the gym changed my life is because of routine. Starting off, I did not know what a workout split was. I was very confused. I was like, what the frick is a workout split? Why are we doing the splits? What the frick does PPL mean, bro? So the split that I decided to start off with was PPL, push-pull legs. I have changed my workout split since then. And a lot of girls, they don't like to do PPL, and I didn't really care at the beginning. I was like, me no care, PPL, push-pull leg. I now too also want that Mewtwo build type shite, so I'm starting to do push legs, rest, pull legs. He just hitting leg day an extra day, so it's the same shit, but just more leg. But yeah, when you're doing a push day, that's just the day you hit the muscle group where you're pushing away from you. So like chest press, shoulder press, tricep push down. And then what you would do on a pull day is like lat pull down, any back exercise, rows. What else do you do on a pull day? Oh, biceps. Yeah, bicep curls, you like blah, blah. You get the spiel. And then leg day, you just hit your legs, bro. It's so freaking easy. Gym people deadass try to make it seem like it's harder than it really is. It really isn't that freaking hard, guys. Like it really is actually low-key, high-key, actually very easy. Yeah, no, but like my workout routine sort of helps surround my day. From there, I would schedule my day more often. And then I wasn't doing that previously. Like I was literally just a chud. I still am a chud, but I am less of a chud. I was struggling really hard in college 2 years ago. No, I kind of currently am right now, but we'll talk about that later. Actually, no, I'll tell you right now. The reason why I'm currently struggling is because I kind of got sick recently, and then I'm doing bad in my math class, and then there's no advising appointments that are able to get scheduled until like what, the 20th of freaking April, bro? Oh my god, I gotta wait super long for my advice. Okay, let me go back to what I was saying. I was struggling really hard, not only mentally, but like in college with my courses and going to the gym. The like semester I was really on my routine was the best semester of my life. Like it's so weird how all of this stuff can correlate. Like if you are healthy and you have a healthy mindset, that healthy mindset will affect your life and everything else you do. It will affect your education. It will affect your fucking competence. It will affect everything. Because you need to move your body. We are all unfortunately little humans. Our little human bodies need to move. If we aren't moving our little human bodies like the little creatures we're supposed to be on this big ass planet, actually not even that big, because if you think on it on a huge scale of the actual universe, we're tiny as freaking bacterial organisms, okay? We are insignificant. Even though we are pretty much insignificant, we still have to move and play and move the body. You think of somebody and their personality and who they are as a person, I'd never associate it with their body, but we are in our little bodies for the rest of our freaking life. It's like a freaking prison, so we might as well make the best of the freaking prison. But also being physically healthy goes along with being mentally healthy, which affects your personality, so the two actually do correlate, but we'll talk about that later after I talk about nutrition. Nutrition time! Talk about how the gym has affected what I eat in a day and what I do and how I eat and everything that I eat and consume and put in my mouth hole. Mouths are so weird if you think about it. We put a little thing in our mouth and then it goes through our digestive tract and then it pops out of us. And it somehow, for some reason, affects the way our brains function. Let me talk about it. So there's this lovely, not horrific thing called a UPF, ultra processed food. We all know what an ultra processed food is, right? Right, guys? There is a YouTuber on here that talks about ultra processed foods, and props to that queen, because if it wasn't for her, I would have never changed my diet. Thank you, ultra processed food queen, because I was so undereducated over food. You know why? Because our education system failed us. My parents low-key failed me. Sorry, parents, not sorry. Anyway, growing up, I ate like shit. I had a household that wasn't very healthy. Genetically, I was very skinny, but what I was eating was very unhealthy. Do I consider this a form of abuse if you are not educating your children on nutrition and you're feeding your children shite? Yes! It's low-key abuse! Victim of this lack of education, okay? Like, I ate was like chicken nugget, bullshit. Any sort of home-cooked meal was not actually home-cooked looking back on it. Kids cuisine, honorable mention, SpaghettiOs, Hamburger Helper, freaking capitalist sludge Donald. Anything and everything under the sun that was ultra processed, I was putting it in my mouth. Just ultra processed food, which is, as the one lady explained in the YouTube video,
food you could not make at home even if you wanted to.
These are factory made foods that are regurgitated and fed to us. The way we digest that food is processed in a different way than we would process whole foods that come from the earth.
I'm very passionate about this.
The reason I feel like I'm more passionate about this than I am with even the gym is because I really despise the food industry. They want to keep us sick in order to keep profiting off of us with the healthcare industry. It's genuinely sad. 3 years ago, I was very mentally unwell. I was not only mentally unwell, I was physically deteriorating. Like, I felt my brain going, now I'm gonna talk about my hospitalization. 3 years ago, I was living this very unhealthy lifestyle where I would DoorDash food to my dorm, and I would just eat that DoorDash food. I was very depressed and not moving a lot. I just wasn't moving at all. I would eat fast food, like, all the time. And I would eat the dining hall food, but not the good dining hall food. I would eat cookies, mac and cheese. That's all I ate. Like, it was really bad. Who's to blame for this? Once again, myself. You need to take responsibility for yourself and your own education, but also my parents. And also the education system. I became so mentally unwell that I had what I thought was a neurological disorder. My body would be pins and needles when I was just trying to rest. And I would be put on all of these medications, and I was diagnosed with anxiety and just random things when I was having physical symptoms of what felt like dying. Because of what I was eating, my lifestyle, I was drinking. Is drinking every weekend considered an alcoholic? Probably. Kids go to college, which I was pre-college, I was already drinking. I already was surrounded by that sort of group of people that were like, let's party! And then college just kind of made it a lot worse. I'm frustrated whenever I look back on who I used to be. And I'm like, oh my God, girl, you could have been mentally healthy. Basically, I started having more of a whole food diet. So I made a video recently talking about the misinformation when it comes to specific diets. That as long as you are eating whole foods, like 90-10 or 80-20 rule, where you're not fully restricting yourself from those ultra-processed foods, because we live in a world where ultra-processed foods are, I think, like 70% of the food that we eat. There's a very small percentage of people that actually live on the like whole-based food diet. One of the things I want to do is just preach it because it's changed my brain. It's changed everything about me in a positive way. It helps with any sort of illness that you might be suffering from. Pain, physically, mentally. Things that you put in your mouth hole will affect that greatly. Insane amount. Your gut is tied to everything in your body. It will affect your brain, your liver, your freaking whatever this is. This. What you eat, what you put in your mouth, the protein will affect the muscles. Okay? That what you're putting in the mouth hole affects your entire freaking body. And that is not just how much you weigh. Not just how much you weigh. It's everything else. It's literally everything. Anyway, it's my rant about nutrition. I'm very passionate, okay? But I also low-key be eating like buns sometimes. It is okay to sometimes eat like buns, especially if you want to have a social life. Don't be extremely restrictive. Give yourself a social life and give yourself a balance. Make very logical decisions in your brain. Watching what you eat or making specific decisions on what you eat in public is also not disordered eating. Unless you are being extremely restrictive, I think that as long as you make healthy, conscious decisions because you know the food will affect your mood or affect how you feel in a specific way, that is a-okay. Whenever me and my friends decide on something to eat, you know what I choose whenever it's only limited to fast food? Chipotle. You know why? Because Chipotle is the only like sort of fast food with whole food ingredients. I freaking love Chipotle bowls, okay? I always choose how I want to feel over how palatable some shit could be, okay? Because once you eat the palatable shit and you look back on it, you're like, that shit wasn't even good for real. But once you eat a beautiful little round apple and you eat that, and then after you eat that, you look back on it and you're like, damn, I'm happy because the apple's gonna make me feel great. Moving on. I think I went into such a spiral of talking about nutrition that I already talked about the positive effects that it has on your brain. Bye-bye, Russia! I take a supplement called creatine. There are some studies that tell you about creatine can affect the brain and how
You can operate better with creatine.
I still do, unfortunately, have the executive dysfunction disorder, otherwise known as undiagnosed ADHD. I have something wrong with me. I don't really know what it is, but I'm working on it. But overall, I feel like there are so many things that I've become a lot more knowledgeable with. You know, props to me for getting myself to a healthy point where I can have a healthy brain and learn more. I love learning, and I didn't love learning as much as I do now 3 years ago. I don't think I wanted to learn at all ever, actually. I don't even think I liked reading. I've always been a freaking manga nerd, but what I mean is like read articles or like, I don't know. I enjoy learning. I feel like there is no life if we are not continuously learning. I actually made a list recently about every single thing that I need to work on when it comes to learning, because there are so many things on this earth that we do not know. There are so many things that we don't know, and I think that the point of life is to continue to learn till our biology says, okay, you're done for, and decides to cut our lifespans. I wrote in my diary here, True wisdom is knowing what you don't know. Here are the things that I do not know. Not know everything about chemistry. I took chemistry in high school. I got an A. Do I remember anything? No. I don't know shit about dark matter or dark energy. That's actually a lie. I do know some about dark matter, but actually dark energy is so confusing, it hurts my freaking brain to even think about. But dark matter is really tough. It's like gravitational pull. This is a video about the gym. I don't know why I'm talking about astronomy right now, but like whatever. I still don't know many art techniques. If you don't know, I'm a digital artist and I love art. I love to draw. I've been actively trying to improve my art since I came to college, and there are many rendering techniques that I still cannot grasp. There are so many color theory techniques that I still cannot grasp, but shout out my art right here. I have improved, and that's all that matters. As long as I keep improving, that's all that matters. Look at this improvement right here. Right, yeah, okay. I don't know how to financially invest, or better support myself financially. I'm actually not even gonna keep talking about financials right now because that'll spike my cortisol. I still don't know how to improve my unfortunate executive dysfunction. I don't know a lot about biology. I have no idea what those big word combinations are that describe whatever the hell happens in your body on a small scale. The only thing I know is a simple squamous cell. I don't know a lot about neuroscience. Oh, there's also math. Math is literally the language of the universe, and if I'm bad at math, I'm just bad at understanding the freaking universe. There's so much shit I don't know! Fuck! Geography! I'm so bad at geography! Fuck! But maybe I could get better at geography if I actually traveled. So much of history. I literally took AP World History in high school. I don't remember shit from high school. Because you want to know why? My brain was running on ultra processed foods every single fucking day of my life because I had a freaking linguistics. I only know English, ASL, a little bit of français. I took Korean, but I failed it. This is why I need to travel. So that was a little side rant. I don't really know why I went on that rant. It has nothing to do with the YouTube video. I don't even remember what I was talking about. Now I am going to talk about number 6, awareness. You thought that was a 3? Well, this means 6 in ASL. 7, 8, 9. 10? I don't remember what I was talking about. Fuck. Oh, awareness. I don't really know what to talk about for this one. What am I aware about? I feel like I've become more aware overall as a human being. I'm more aware of things I can work on myself. I'm more aware of my body. I feel like I used to just exist and I wouldn't even pay attention to my body. I am a lot happier of a person now. I used to be very angry all the time. Jump scare! It is a different day, probably 2 days later since I was recording that. My editing footage files got corrupted. I edited down probably 7 more minutes of footage and had the full complete edit, but my file got corrupted! But what I was just talking about, I've become a lot happier of a person, and so I didn't really let that affect me, and I'm now re-recording the footage and I'm gonna re-edit it. I stayed up pretty late last night stressing over my editing and transferring stuff to my hard drive. But, you know what? This actually turned out for the better, because I came up with another topic to talk about on my iPad, talking about how the gym has changed my life. And that topic is gonna be about sleep.
Because I didn't get a lot of sleep last night, but I still want to talk about sleep. Yeah.
Oh, peep the fit, though. Hold on. Kawaii. Kawaii. The boots on, too. Your boots are so tough, bro. Thank you. Thank you. Happiness! I'm talking about how I used to be more of an angry person, but now I'm a lot happier of a person. Even though my edits got corrupted for this video, I'm a happier person, and I won't let that affect me. Shout out Jim, made me happier. I feel like I've become someone who can enjoy the little things more often. I feel like the gym has given me a sense of routine and has allowed me to become a lot more of a serious person. I used to be sort of like carefree and like, LOL, I'm such a funny freaking chud. And now I'm less of that, but I can still be a funny little chud, but I can also take things seriously. I think that being capable of taking things serious can allow yourself to be a happier person overall, because delayed gratification. So scientifically speaking, the gym does just make you happier because endorphins, dopamine, you're not getting instant gratification, you're getting that freaking delayed gratification, which will make you happier. Instant gratification examples here. I still do tune into some of those instant gratifications, I cannot lie. I think we all do. I think we all can sing. Yeah, I just found myself being just a happy little gal, and I'm just so happy. I'm just so fucking happy.
I'm just so fucking happy.
I'm lacking so much sleep right now. You guys don't even know. That's why we're gonna talk about sleep. Sleep! My sleep has improved so much. I used to be one of those people that could pull all-nighters all the freaking time, and now it's like Hell no. You will catch me dead before pulling a freaking all-nighter. You do not want to know what that can do to your brain, physique, everything. You need to sleep. And I regret not getting my full 8 hours last night. I actually have this app that's a sleep calculator. If you literally Google on the App Store, sleep calculator, you can calculate when you need to go to bed so you can wake up and get a full at least 5 sleep cycle things. 5 or 6. Sleep is really freaking important. And my brain used to just run on, my brain still runs on caffeine a little bit. Y'all don't want to know my relationship with caffeine. I've quit it multiple times. I've gotten back on it multiple times. I've watched brain doctors speak about caffeine and the negative side effects of caffeine and the positive side effects of caffeine, or whether or not it is an addiction. It doesn't cause harm to individuals, but it can cause harm to individuals if you drink an excess amount, which is what I was doing in high school. You do not want to pull all-nighters. Stop pulling all-nighters, guys. I still have an iffy sleep schedule. Sometimes I'd be a night owl, but I've come to realize, wow, I really do actually like waking up early in the morning. And I need to do that more often because usually the days I wake up early are the best days. Moving on! Confidence. So I already obviously talked about this before my
files fucking got corrupted.
Ignore that. I'm practicing happiness. I need to be more of a stoic human being. Going to the gym has allowed for me to become a lot more of a confident human being, and I love it. When I was younger, aka a little bit over 3 years ago, I was in high school. I never really necessarily thought about my body when it came to my personal appearance. As I said earlier, I was very unhealthy, yet I was genetically sort of thinner. But when that freshman year hit, that freshman 15 was hit, bro. But yeah, I never really thought about my body until one day in high school. I was with my friend group. One of my friends says to my other friend, I really wish I had a body like yours. Obviously, my friend is being complimented. Why would I ever take that negatively? Low-key just sitting there like, what about my body, bruh? Y'all don't fuck with my body like that. I think we all can sing. There's nothing harmful intended with that. I think it was the lack of acknowledgement towards me that made me like, oh my god, my body is skill issued. My body's not being complimented. My body's low-key skill issued. So that's the first time I actually ever became aware, which was like sort of later in high school. I never really thought too deep of my physique. I always just thought about my appearance regarding my face, and I low-key got made fun of for like the way I did my makeup and some other stuff. But yeah, that was like sort of the first time I ever really thought about that. But yeah, going to the gym has allowed for me to be posing up. This sounds extremely vain, but I freaking love posing up a storm in the freaking mirror. I take hella selfies, which I kind of need to stop, but I love selfies. They're so fun to take. But in all honesty, I think feeling confident in your own little skin vessel is a great thing. Confidence can open up the door for a multitude of opportunities. I'll be hitting the poses. Excuse me. Last but not least, I'm gonna be talking about longevity and goals. When you go to the gym for an extended period of time, you might eventually find yourself asking yourself,
What is going on?
what is going on here? You might end up feeling like Shinji. Everything is simply a shape, a form, an identifier to let others recognize me as me, but who is it that I am? What am I? What am I doing? What am I doing? What is going on? Outside of wanting your physique to look good, wanting to feel good, you might be wondering like, bro, what is all of this even for real? I think most gym goers get to a point where they start doing it for longevity, which is what I do it for. Me like going to gym for longevity. How do I get this mindset, you might ask? Well, what I do personally, I think about all of the things I really love and really enjoy. So things that I love.
Funky D. Luffy.
I love doing art. I love hanging out with my friends. Love my family. Love my aunts. Shout out to my aunts. They helped me transition to adulthood. Love y'all. I love editing. Anime. Anime is an important part of our culture. Aw, look at him tremble. He's gonna burst a blood vessel because I dissed his waifu. I love astronomy. I fucking love astronomy so much. I love film. I'm a film major. Me like film. Me go to film industry. EBDP. Shoot, I'll be the director. I'll be the scriptwriter. I'll be the everything. I forgot to mention, I love Yuri. I love reading fan fiction. Kinda wanna start writing. Okay, wanna make a webtoon. Things I freaking enjoy so much that I want to go to the gym to maximize my longevity. Longevity maxing. Oh my god, I sound so corny. I think if you really think about your passions and how long you want to genuinely pursue this and live on Earth, It will help you with going to the gym, if that makes any sense. Just sit down for a good like 10 minutes, silence, no noise, no distractions, and think about your passions and write that down, write that down.
Let me write that down. Let me write that down.
Stop writing!
It will help you really get into the mindset of wanting that delayed gratification. If you don't have any sort of passions, you can always gain passions. Ayla, we can't just pull a passion right out of our ass. Bitch, look at me do it right now. I always pull passions out of my ass. I never started art until I got to college. I never even thought I enjoyed my major, which is film, until like maybe a year ago. I didn't think I genuinely enjoyed it until now. Pull that passion out of your ass and find it. Stoicism, absurdism, buzzword. The reason I'm doing this is so when I am old, my bones don't deteriorate. When I'm old, I can keep reading fan fiction, and I can be in the old home reading manhwa yuri and be a very ripped grandmother selling my art. Dude, who wouldn't want to be a really ripped grandmother drawing anime fan art? Literally what I want to do. A lot of people in their like early 20s, etc., so on, they don't think about longevity. They don't think about what their health is going to be like when they're 80. It is so important to start thinking about that when you are young. I took this course called Aging in the Later Years like last semester. It gave me so much perspective. Like we talked about whether or not we want to live in an old home or whether or not we want like assistant housing. Me personally, I low-key am not going to have kids. So I will be getting lit in the old home and getting lit with all the elders talking about Yuri and kind of excited to live in an old home. Anyway, think about your longevity. If you don't care about your longevity, it don't even matter then, I guess. Like, y'all want to die young like Kesha, like, well, you're here in my arms, let's make the most of the night like we're gonna die young. Why do I keep burping? Just stop doing that. Just stop doing that. Alright, that's all for the YouTube video. Because I'm refilming this, I kind of forgot if I talked or covered everything. I hope you guys enjoyed. This YouTube plaque isn't for my current YouTube channel I'm posting on this. I'm mostly known for my anime voiceover parodies. Working on a video for that channel. But, you know, I want to post on here for fun as well. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope this can encourage other people to have more fun in their life. And maybe encourage people to go to the gym and play. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Okay, bye.
None.